Welcome back to another episode of Excuse My Grandma. It's Kim and my co-host,
Grandma Gail.
So this week will be the Valentine's Day episode. So we're going to get all into Valentine's talk, lovey-dovey talk. But in the meantime, Grandma has been in Palm Beach, then I've been in New York, and now we're both here in New York together in my apartment.
Yeah, let's have a recap of a little, since everybody missed last week because you were traveling to Utah for the Sundance. Let's have a little update on what happened in Utah. I'm just curious what that was like.
It was pretty fun. I hadn't been there since I was... What do you think, 12 or something?
I was there when I was 15 on my teen tour.
Yeah. And it was basically like I remembered. I mean, very snowy. Apparently the conditions for skiing were like the most amazing they've been in a long time. I did not ski. My friends skied. And I went to see some of the films at Sundance. It was like a $25 ticket. And I saw like the short films.
It was interesting. A lot of the reviews that I was reading, because I was following what was going on in Sundance since you were there, said that the crowds were quite small, actually. They were not as large.
Yeah.
And this is the first one they've had since COVID. So it should have been a little larger. I guess maybe there are not that many films out.
You would have no clue that the film festival was happening besides a few signage all over the town.
That's sort of
Otherwise,
sad.
like when we were talking to people, they like they weren't there for that.
Wow,
like most
that's
people were there
interesting.
for skiing.
Okay. All right. Well, that they have to do some more promotion then, because I'm sure they want to make this into a, like when we have the film festival out in the Hamptons in October, it's packed. You can't get into any of the theaters, and everybody knows the movies. And, I'm sure it's the same independent movie makers. So, I mean, they need to do a little more publicity out in Utah.
Yeah, I don't really know what it was about, but
you had fun.
Yeah, I had fun. I got a cowboy hat, like a Stetson.
I saw that. You look cute.
Which I didn't know what a Stetson even was, but I guess that's a very popular.
You have to watch Yellowstone.
Yeah.
With Kevin Costner. Then you'll know. Then you're right in style.
And they like burnt a K onto it on the back.
Oh, cool.
And I got cowboy boots, and it was very Western.
All right,
that was really
fun.
the whole thing.
Did you have ribs?
No, I had a burger that was delicious
Okay.
with sweet potato tots.
Ooh.
And otherwise we had like shabu shabu.
Oh, well, then
Yeah.
you could have been downtown for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Florida has been good.
Well, Florida was very warm those few days that you were in Utah. It was actually quite warm, but been very busy. We've been doing a lot of stuff. There's been a whole issue down in Florida with these anti-Semitism leaflets that have been thrown onto people's lawns, and they had a projection on a building in West Palm Beach with slurs, and it's terrible. And unfortunately, it's people from out of state. It's not local people that are doing these terrible things, and they're trying to pass laws to stop it, because I gather, which I never realized, just throwing a pamphlet out is freedom of speech, even if it's horrible to whoever they're deriding in the comments. So hopefully the lawmakers, everybody in the community has gotten on buses and has gone to protests in the towns, and to be supportive of the governor and the different legislatures to try to pass something. So that was the conversation of the entire week that you were away. So it was interesting, and I'm sorry to say it's not the happiest moment in Palm Beach, but you wouldn't know that when you go to a restaurant, because the restaurants are packed, and so that's been that same as usual as when you left. Mm-hmm. Oh, I did go to a museum opening, which was beautiful. Not an opening, but the gala at the Norton, which was really, really lovely. They had a tent. They had 800 people there, and it was fabulous. It was great fun. Friends of ours had invited a whole table, and we all went, and we had a great time. And I was telling you, your mom last night, one of the raffle prizes was a ticket for the valet to be the first car out. You would get, and they raised all kinds of money. You can't
For someone
imagine.
to pay money for that.
They pay, well, these people were going to pay money anyway,
Yeah.
because they wanted to support the museum.
Uh-huh.
But this one woman, I saw her bidding, and it went crazy. And she got it, and she was so excited. You'd
So
think she had
funny.
won a tiara, but it was the ticket.
How long did it take for you to get your car?
Well, we left early, as usual. As soon as dinner was served, our entire table, our host and hostess, who were very sweet, said, guys, go get the cars because it'll be a madhouse. They were, because
So how long did it take? Like not a long time.
no, because we left really about right before dessert. So we didn't wait for dessert. We went out and it took about 5-6 minutes. So that wasn't bad.
No.
But the lines and they had
And you
to
didn't have to pay thousands of dollars.
no thousands of dollars. Except she had a lot of fun doing
Yeah.
it. So it was a beautiful night, actually.
I went to a museum party at the Whitney.
Yeah, it seems to be museums are doing things in February.
Maybe this is when they raise
Yeah, that
money.
could be when they raise money.
I don't know. This was like the Whitney art party, and it was a very fun crowd. Honestly, everyone was looking. It was the Hopper exhibit.
Oh, I love
which is
Hopper,
always
too.
cool to
Yeah.
look at, but also the best part, I was just looking at the fashion because the people there were wearing such crazy stuff.
Well, nothing
'Cause
could
it's
be
like art
crazier,
people.
Kim, than the Grammys last night.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I have to honestly say, I don't know what outfits you saw in the Whitney, but Harry Styles' outfit and Lizzo's outfits can top anybody's. So
We have a video about that on our Instagram and TikTok. You guys should watch where we're rating the outfits.
I mean, it was just a hoot. I think that's the best part of the night now, are the costumes. And the one thing we did see, which was a trend. What was the trend, Kim, that we saw?
Oh, everyone was wearing gloves.
Right. And that goes back to the 50s where
Yep.
people wore long gloves and actually wore bracelets outside. That I didn't see, but they usually wore big bracelets outside the long gloves, and it was very glamorous. And they
I know.
all
I
wore
kind
it
of want
last
to bring that back. The thing is, it's too formal for everyday life.
I would say. And I think those kind of gloves are very, very expensive. They used to even
No.
be
I was looking online because even before the Grammys, so I guess I knew what I was talking about. I wanted these like long, like pearl gloves for
really?
my birthday. I was thinking.
Oh, okay.
But we'll see if I can find an outfit for it to go with.
Okay. It has to be very dramatic.
Exactly. But yeah, I feel like I don't even watch these award shows anymore.
Well, I don't know any. I do know those couple of stars that got it, and I gather Beyonce got the most Grammys that's ever been awarded in the history of the music business. So, that was a big deal. And the funny thing was,
I thought they said Taylor Swift.
No, she passed it. She got the most. She might have gotten the most in 1 year, Taylor Swift.
Or maybe she has the most albums ever.
Well,
I
could
think
be.
that's what it was.
That could be, but Beyonce was supposed to get it for the best song as well, and they had somebody from her production company, or maybe that one of the 5 guys who was on the track came up and accepted the award because they said she was stuck in traffic. I never heard of anything like this. Here's this award, and she knows she's the star of the whole program. They couldn't get through, I guess, the traffic in L.A. So L.A. is
how
worse
do you
than
not
New York.
budget for time? I don't know.
I don't know. She thought the streets were going to part for her, and they didn't.
Yeah, I don't really know what that's about.
Okay,
to be honest.
and it might have just been she wanted a grand entrance. Who knows?
Maybe did she miss the red carpet? I guess so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. She missed everything. She missed the first part of the Grammys. She got there.
So odd.
She got there in the middle.
Yeah, I have no idea. So
They didn't ask us. So
no,
if they didn't ask us.
There were some TikTokers on the red carpet and invited to the ceremony also. So that's a goal. Eventually,
well, it's a goal.
It's fun to do that stuff.
Yeah, I don't know if I would have the right outfit. I have to meet a very hip stylist who does style for 80-year-olds.
I guess.
I don't think there are too many people that are going to style an 80-year-old on the red
You
carpet.
could
but
style
never know.
yourself. I mean, I feel like we're better off critiquing everyone's outfits.
Well, that's true. We
So,
are better.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll see. Okay, let's discuss Valentine's Day.
Okay.
First off, what are your plans?
None. I'm going to go out, I guess, with my hubby, and we'll just go someplace. Actually, the two of us like this Indian restaurant up in North Palm Beach, and
I've heard so much about this place.
we're going to sneak out, and I'll have a glass.
Sneak out. Who's keeping you home?
Well, I don't want anybody to see that we're not going to a party because I really.
Who goes to parties?
I don't. Well, there are things that people have
Not on the night though. I feel like they're mostly for couples.
No, I think there are a lot of places because they charge big money.
Right.
I know. I saw Cafe Balloon has something for several $100s, and I know they all have special drinks that night. I'm not really into that. First of all, Poppy and I are not drinking, and we don't need a special dinner. We'll just have some culture bread and and some Indian food, and we'll be in heaven.
Yeah.
What are you going to do, Kim?
No plans as of now.
No party?
No, my friend Lily, who was on our podcast, her boyfriend's not in town, so I told her we could hang out, and
All right, well, you'll see what happens. Maybe the party will materialize between now and next week.
Yeah, I do want to host a Galentine's thing at my apartment at some point because I got all these cute things to set up.
All right, sounds good.
And I'm wearing my Valentine socks.
Very cute.
But do you have like a favorite Valentine's Day that you've ever celebrated, or like something special one year?
No, I don't think so. I don't think we've ever celebrated. I mean, we always celebrate something with a nice dinner, and usually, we used to give each other gifts. I've sort of stopped giving gifts because neither one of us want anything.
Yeah, can we talk about gifts versus no gifts on Valentine's
Okay.
Day? A lot of people now say no gifts. I know one of my guy friends was like, we agreed on this, him and his girlfriend. But I said, regardless, no matter what, you have to get flowers
Yeah,
or
I think
chocolates.
flowers or chocolates are still a requirement.
Yes. Even
don't
if you're
think
not
that-
doing gifts, you have to do that.
Yeah, a little something to make the night a little special.
Okay, so that does the girl give something too?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Could be a little. It's maybe if he's
At
into
least a card, like to not give anything. I think,
card, or if he's into some kind of sports, maybe a T-shirt or something fun. I mean, I don't.
but that's a
think it has to-
gift.
But that's not a major gift to go in and buy a sweatshirt or a T-shirt, or now isn't it? Valentine's Day is after the Super Bowl, so you can't even get a Super Bowl. Maybe you can get him the one who wins the Super Bowl T-shirt.
I guess if
Whatever.
they like sports.
If he's into that.
I don't know. I think that I
think
like the idea.
Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is very much like many other things. It's created by consumption, by stores, and it used to be by gift cards, but now nobody buys gift cards anymore. They all send it on their phones. But it's a man-made holiday. It was
So you're not going to
originally a
celebrate
religion-
any man-made holidays?
Yeah, I mean, it was
Yes, you
originally a
are.
religious holiday, but you know what? We celebrate it as however you feel. It could be a light dinner, it could be sushi someplace, it could be just someplace where you just toast each other and say, you know what, you're wonderful. That's really enough.
I think the plan is, if you want my opinion.
Okay, let me hear this.
Even if I agree that no gifts, like as if it's a birthday gift. I think it's weird to be like, I got you this like hair dryer you've wanted. It's like doesn't have anything to do with Valentine's Day.
Has
so
to
I
be
think
romantic.
definitely a romantic
Yes.
flowers or chocolate, whatever, or you
Or
do
get
something
engaged.
for the no.
A lot of people get engaged on Valentine's Day. That used to
Okay.
be a big thing.
Maybe, but I don't think everyone.
No,
is doing
not
that.
everyone, but it is a time that people do that.
I think you plan something special, like you're like maybe you're wearing pretty lingerie, or you set up a candlelight dinner and you get them a really nice new candle or
That's nice.
something
That's a very
to
nice
go
thought.
with it, like something that you can both do. That is the gift more so than
A togetherness gift.
Yeah.
Okay, I go
Like
for that.
even like massage oils or things like
Or even,
that.
you know what's a great one? I saw it advertised actually this morning, is to give each other a massage or a facial.
Yeah, exactly.
A gift card and go in together.
Yeah,
you know,
I like
do it
that.
do it on one evening after work, and if whether they like a massage or if the woman likes a facial, whichever. But it's always a nice thing to do together.
And I think regardless, the guy should plan the dinner part.
I agree with that.
Like whether it's a reservation and you're paying for it, or you cooked dinner at home or whatever. Like I feel like that should be their thing.
Well, and you could, it depends on the relationship, but I think that it tends to be the man likes to do that. They like to feel that they are in charge of making the plan for that particular night. So I agree. It would be a nice thing to do.
Okay.
But the woman could help out.
Oh, I definitely think the girl should do lots of
Better
things.
not make our cookies that we made yesterday
my
on
gosh.
the chocolate cookies.
We
that
made
did.
like these heart-shaped brownies that we did on TikTok Live.
It's so sad.
Yeah, and if you guys follow us on social media, we posted a video about that. They did
By
not
the
turn
way,
out well.
those who did follow us, I did put them in the refrigerator as was suggested, and I opened the refrigerator this morning. They were frozen then. You know, they were solidified,
Oh.
but they were just as ugly.
Yeah.
So we're not giving those as a gift, but they were very good. I tasted one last night, just for the taste, and they were delicious. The cookie itself was good.
Well, it was a box brownie. How is that going to be bad?
I know, but they were good. But the problem was we got the wrong kind of frosting. It didn't work. So we're not going to go into the cookie business.
Wait, so I'm actually going to see a movie tonight at the Paris Theater. It's a Netflix movie, and I think it's Valentine's Day themed.
So that would be a great thing. So if you watch it, Kim, you have to give us a report next week.
It's called Your Place or Mine with Reese Witherspoon and Ashton Kutcher.
So I'm sure it's going to be a sweet movie. I'm sure it's going to be
that's
one
like
of those.
so up my alley.
Yeah, it's fun.
Okay, so do we want to answer? Usually we answer a bunch of listener questions, but I'm thinking we can just answer one longer one.
Right. Somebody who's got a real situation that wants some attention.
Yes. So the letter reads, hello both, love your podcast. My Nana's ADR relationship's very similar. She's wonderfully stylish and is always so glamorous. Dilemma. My best friend and her partner have been dating for 5 years. 2.5 years ago, he had an affair and she found out through text messages on his phone. She subsequently bought her own home and moved out. They've since reconciled and are giving the relationship another go. The issue is he is not willing for them to live together again. She continually makes excuses for him. It's so clear to all onlookers that he's not interested in a future with her. For context, he's 35, she's 29. The dilemma is that my friend has her head in the sand. She wishes her marriage and children, but it's clear he does not wish for this. I've tried to be blunt with her, but she does not want to hear it. Can I have your advice, please? I'm worried she's wasting her precious time.
Well, from my perspective, I think the friend is absolutely right. I think that she is wasting her time, and she should never have gone back with the young man after he cheated on her. But if she was so madly in love and decided to take that step again, which is to me a bad move, then if he's not willing to live with her, that makes me suspect that he's seeing perhaps other people
is he
as
not
long with her.
Willing to live with her now or ever again? Because I kind of also understand, like, if he jumps into it, like, that's for the last time. He's not getting another chance. So, like, to make sure before they repeat the same thing they did last time.
Well, I think they know each other well enough that if he wants to make amends and wants to get back with her, that he has to go back and let's try it again, but not on a casual dating thing where he,
how do you go backwards?
Exactly. So I think he's either going to have to take the step that he's going to say, let's try this again. And then if it doesn't work, it's not for us. I think she, on the other hand, this young woman, should listen to her friends or whoever's advising her to get out of this, that maybe this man is just toxic and not right for her. So my only problem with this, Kim, is, and I've had this problem because I remember a friend of mine had a serious issue. You can only say so much. If you've said it a couple of times, which I'm sure she has,
you have to say it at least a few times. Like, I've been in situations where I'm so happy my friends have been like, nah. Because then otherwise, like,
I know you say it a few times, but after a while, somebody has to do it themselves. And you're just going to end up losing the friendship because you're becoming a nag. And you don't want to do that. And you don't want to see your friend hurt. So I think you have to say it maybe once, maybe twice, even 3 times. After 3 times, she's on her own or he's on his own. They have to really
learn their own lesson.
They got to try. Exactly. And if she gets hurt, that's her doing, and if it works out, then good for her. But I think I would always wonder, somebody that cheats on you tends to always be a cheater. I mean, I hate to say that, and I don't like to generalize, because I'm sure people do turn leaves and get over their bad habits, but somehow everybody I know that's ever done little shady things seems to always do little shady things. It's just in their personality.
Unfortunately, of course, there's probably exceptions, but if she's coming and complaining to you, then all you can do is point that out to her, and that, like, there is better things out there for her.
Even though it's hard sometimes.
If she's, you said her head is in the sand. Like, if she's like, la la la, I love how everything is going, then, like, also you can just let her be like that, because she'll have to make her own mistakes, or maybe to her, maybe she's happy, maybe it's not a mistake, and whatever.
Exactly.
Okay.
All right. That's our answer to her.
Yeah. Well, happy Valentine's Day, everybody.
And just enjoy yourself, whatever you do. Don't put too much pressure on yourselves. Just think of something fabulous. You can do little things just that are at home, and just little sweet things for each other, and for your friends too. And don't forget your mom, your grandma, your sister.
Yeah, by the way, like, I don't have a specific Valentine, but I'm still, like, gonna be happy to celebrate love and, like, mom and grandma and friends and whatever. Like, it's, as we said, it's just like another day. And I just try to stay off social media because that's always super annoying. Everybody posts like, to my favorite person ever, I love you, and then like in a month they broke up. So like, whatever, just don't even go on Instagram for a day unless it's to look at our videos. And we love you all.
All right, take care, guys, and we'll speak to you next week.
Bye.